Good day, people. Hope it's been a blessed and beautiful and wonderful day for you. Trying to send nothing but positive vibes. Today's been a good day outside of getting off for this job. There's traffic everywhere out here. That's the thing that's going on in the economy now. People are out moving around and getting back to some of their jobs. And they actually are spending a little bit, but not as much. Black Friday was supposedly one of the worst Black Fridays in like 70 years. So, you know, the economy is not doing too well right now, but it's starting to look somewhat similar to how it used to look before, you know, 19. That's kind of funny because 2019 was seemingly a good year for a lot of people. A lot of people launched little businesses and they got a little reward shortly after the beginning of 2020. But for the most part, all this stuff that's been put out saying that it's bad, it's this, it's that, we gotta keep doing this, we gotta keep doing that, if you know what I mean. People don't understand that the folks that actually make these rules and regulations that we're supposed to live day to day by, they somewhat live by them, but not all the way. They bend corners, they break rules, and they're not punished for it. Hey, every rule I've broken in some way, shape, form, and fashion, I've been punished for it. Hey, being in tune with the world around you, and not just the world around you, but the universe in general. You experience a lot more than just an average person that just goes through day-to-day life, doing the same repetitive things, never changing up, afraid to change or of change. You know, especially I found that when you change your demographics of where you were raised, where you so-called grew up, and how you grew up, it changes a whole lot. It changes a whole lot. You can be in a position where you're in a nice, what you think is nice, decent, you know, community, and that really can hold you down or hold you back from being, you know, the person that you're supposed to be in life, the achiever, the, you know, the goal setter, and the mentor. Man, these people are driving crazy out here. This lady almost ran into the back of me. She was gonna mess up her car. But yeah, it's just moving out of your comfort zone. Preferably moving out of the neighborhood that you grew up in, moving, you know, say to the suburbs, or say into an apartment building that's like one of those zip codes that everybody is pretty much flourishing and doing well, just due to the median income. Just take some time. That's what I think people should do more often. Just take some time. Google is a tool that you can use to do a plethora of things. You can learn stuff. You can, you know, get a deeper understanding of things. And you can hear some foolishness too. But, you know, just take that time to Google the demographics for your city, and especially look at where you're living at currently, and see what the telltale signs are. They go through the crime rate, the death rate, the suicide rate, all that different stuff, and pedophiles and all that. They go through all of that stuff, and they list it all, per where you're at. Man, I gotta give me another mount. This thing right here wants to do what it wants to do. I'll probably just leave that in there. I'm not gonna edit that out of there. It's been proven, and you can even look this up on Google too as well. It's been proven that people that grow up in different social classes, they tend to follow down the same track as their parents, and some cases it's a good thing, some cases it's a bad thing. I don't know why people get in front of me and just slow down, like they want to get a new car, but I'm not the one. Don't get in front of me and slow down. Don't get behind me and run right into my bumper like you gonna run into me or something. This is stupid. It's just a truck. It's just a truck. Go get you one. But people have moved out of their demographics and their settings and actually excelled in life and done way better, 10 times, 30 times, 40 times better. Like a lot of people will tell you, oh, you can do it, you can do it from there. I know people that have homes that are paid for, they have no mortgage, no car payments, but they're still living from check to check. They're not able to save any money. They're not even able to level up per se. They may be working a crappy job or a very low wage service industry job. There are too many people that do not take advantage of their situations, that end up squandering away what little inheritance they have or what they have worked hard to get in just a matter of years. Seen it done. And people just have to take that time to assess what they have, what their skills are, what their capabilities are, and what they can so-called, how people say it, fake it till you make it. I don't believe in faking it till I make it. I'm gonna make it as I make it, and that's one of those things that just you can't do that. If it's to get you into a position where you're on a better paying job and you may not have all of the credentials, but you have enough knowledge about that field to go into it and do a good job and learn the rest on the way. That's a good thing. That's one way to level up. I've heard people talk of that. Very well-known people, successful people talk about that in their about on their process of moving from one social economic status to another. Like say you're living in the hood and you level up to where you're now in the suburbs in a nice gated community, and you're doing well, but you're financing everything that you have. And even though the money's coming in, that's shooting yourself in the foot. And people from all walks of life do it. I was working for a company one time, and we sold rims and tires, and we also rented rims and tires. And it was funny. There's a national like franchise of restaurants around I guess around the southern region. I've seen them anywhere from North Carolina, South Carolina to Georgia. I think they're in Florida too as well. And I worked at another place years before, working at this rim and tire place, and it was sales. Most of my background is sales and customer service. I was a sales manager, and the owner that had purchased a franchise location in my city, he came in that store, and he was driving a older model SUV, and it was an Infiniti. Matter of fact, it was one of the older Infinitis that was just like the the Toyota 4Runner. They were like the same vehicle, and he wanted to put some speakers in it, and I just so happened to be on the car audio side of the building at that time, and I sold him some speakers for his vehicle. He paid for the installation of them. We had to schedule it out, and he also bought a couple other things from the home entertainment center area. And great guy, great conversation. I did not know that he owned this building, and he was actually a millionaire, because he wasn't walking around in all this flashy stuff and all this older gentleman. He he just had some regular comfortable clothes on. He was on his way out the door, and the operations manager of the location was coming back from lunch break. He saw him. He said, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How's it been going? I was at the restaurant the other day, and your staff is doing pretty good." I was like, "What?" So I'm still standing, kind of a couple feet away from him, and I said to him, "Oh, Mr. So-and-so, I didn't know you own that." "Oh, yes. I've owned several different restaurants around here, and from here to Florida." I said, "Wow. You never know who you're talking to, who you're interacting with, who you're serving when you're in a position where they're needing a service from you, like sales or home building, home remodeling, all that stuff. You never know who you're working under or for, or whatever. However it may be your situation." But that moment, it just kind of taught me something. Like, I knew right then that things were gonna be good, because I had a knack for talking to people and having conversations with people, and people just feeling open to speak with me and converse with me, whether they were millionaires or whether they were bums on the street. I don't judge, but I do have my reserves. Some people, I just will not talk to you. You may be talking to me, trying to express something to me, and I'm just really not gonna pay you much attention, or give you the cold shoulder. Like, you say, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day today?" I'm like, "Hey, it's good. I'm good. I'm all right." Because I'm not just going around trying to give out my energy like that. That's not something that I'm trying to do. My energy is going to another person that has good energy and gives me good energy. So we're gonna vibe off of each other. But I think I'm gonna run in this store right quick. But just a long story short, just change what you're used to so that you can level up to where you're supposed to be. You may have to get rid of some things. You may have to cut off some people. You may have to sell some things that you preferably had never planned on selling, and relocate, reassess, and reprioritize your life, because this that we got going on now is going to be going on for a little while, but there are going to be some good times and there are going to be some bad times. And in order to weather the bad times, you need to get yourself in a position where you can weather the storms that are coming, whether they be financial, whether they be physical. There are so many different versions of different things that, you know, are out here now, so they say. But, you know, there's no guarantee that you can make it through that I can make it through that, or anybody. So just be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of how you're moving. Crime is on the rise. I know the other week I was just sitting in my truck in the parking lot, and there was this like little young dude that like rode by on some weird stuff, and I'm always, you know, got my head on the swivel. I'm checking my mirrors, and, you know, I'm looking around. Not doing anything illegal, not doing anything to push myself out there. But, you know, people are scheming on just about anybody now. You know, anybody, you know, can approach you and, you know, say something to you, or try to throw you off your axis, and one of their, you know, people or partners or whatever comes up on you and, you know, boom, give me your money, give me your chains or whatever, you know. There's no telling what people will try. But, you know, when that happened, that guy tried to follow me from a parking lot to another, and, you know, it was diffused very easily. Some aggressive driving and stopping and staring the person down, you know, it kept me from having to resort to deadly force or anything like that. Because that's a lot of paperwork and, you know, all that, you know, red tape and this and that, you know, could have came about that. But supposedly you have the right to stand your ground in your vehicle, at your home, at someone else's home, or sometimes when you're out in public, just depending on the situation. So be very careful, be very mindful. You know, do a good job in being very personable with your things of value. And even if it's something that you don't think is valuable, it could be valuable to someone else, or they may be able to, you know, barter and trade on a different space, because the underground is still out here. Don't think that it is not. There are still people out here doing things that don't make any sense. You know, now is the time that a lot of people should be coming together. Communities should be coming together, building like their own ecosystem. There are very little like neighborhood stores that are actually owned by the people that live in those neighborhoods. Most of them are, you know, foreign people or other big conglomerates that, you know, have these smaller locations and things. So it's just, you know, one of those things. Hey, you live, you learn. If you can try, you can do it. If you can put forth the effort to do something, you can do it. You know, I went from being down to basically nothing, to getting back on my feet and actually realizing the level that I was at that put me in that predicament. Not having enough capital set aside for those rainy days. And it's just me. You know, it's just me. It's not like the whole family or nothing like that. But you know, knowing now that, you know, I have to set a new goal of, you know, your different funds that you need to have set up for, you know, financial woes. I'll probably talk about that in another video or something. Just, you know, go into it a little bit more in depth and stuff, from things I've learned and things I've absorbed, that have been very helpful, but I guess that's all for today. If I don't post another one before Christmas, hey, happy holidays. Don't go for broke. You know, hey, just live your life and stay happy. For real.